Good evening. You're watching 5 Live here on India Today. I'm Akshita and Nandgopal, getting you a roundup of the day's top stories. Our focus particularly on what's happening in poll-bound Karnataka, where it's been endless polarization. The latest issues that have been brought up is not issues that matter to you if you live in Karnataka, but rather on issues like the Ram Mandir, a Love Jihad helpline and whatnot. We're going to be talking about that. The headlines first. Shocking details emerge in the Air India urination horror. The complainant accuses airline of no action and says that she was forced to even sit with the offender. Also says the crew exercised poor judgment on the quantity of alcohol served to the man. Her request to change seat even wasn't accepted. Delhi police make startling revelations in Delhi hit and drag case. Cops identified 2 more accused in the case who weren't in the car but tried to shield the other accused. Cops claim that they were aware of the body under the car.
उन्होंने ये देखते हुए कि इसके पास ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस नहीं है और ये एक एक्सीडेंट का ही केस है, किसी दूसरे आदमी को सजेस्ट किया कि तुम कहो कि मैं गाड़ी ड्राइव कर रहा था.
Interim relief for 50,000 Haldwani residents. Supreme Court stays demolition of houses. Top court says 50,000 people cannot be uprooted overnight. Ahead of Pathan's release, fringe protests in Ahmedabad theatre warns against release of Shah Rukh Deepika starrer. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella meets Prime Minister Modi, says inspiring to see India's focus on digital transformation, assures help for the Digital India vision. Believe it or not, there's been a second incident that's been reported of a male passenger urinating on his female co-passenger once again from an Air India flight. A drunk male passenger allegedly urinated on the blanket of a female passenger. This was on a Paris to Delhi flight. The similarities to the incident that we've been reporting on here on India Today are eerily similar. In fact, penal action was not pressed in this case after the passenger gave a written apology. Incident happened on December 6th on an Air India flight between Paris to Delhi. The pilot of the aircraft reported the matter to the air traffic control, following which the male passenger was apprehended the moment they deboarded. The passenger was apprehended by the CISF as soon as he deboarded the plane, but was later allowed to leave after the 2 passengers, the victim and the offender, had some mutual compromise and the accused tendered a written apology. The lady passenger, who had initially made a written complaint, refused to file a police case, and hence the male passenger, the offender, was let off by the airport authorities. So while in this case there was some sort of a compromise, the details are shocking, and it's scary that once again it was a male passenger who got drunk and urinated on the blanket of a female passenger, co-passenger on board a Paris to Delhi flight. Milind Sharma is joining us with more details on this. Milind, this incident happened in December. There's so many similarities between this one and the incident that we've previously reported. Both happened on Air India flights. Both clearly there was unlimited supply of alcohol to these passengers, and in both cases urinating on co-passengers seated there.
Well, definitely such an uneasy and embarrassing experience even for the female co-passenger whose blanket on which he urinated on under the influence of alcohol. Of course, this incident happened on the December 6th. But now currently, because no formal complaint was filed, despite the fact that the pilot of this particular flight had complained to the ATC about it, now the Delhi police is looking for this particular passenger in the light of another recent case that has happened where under the influence of alcohol, a male passenger was seen urinating on a woman, and that makes it 2 instances of such things happening in flights right now. Of course, we are looking at this situation from the viewpoint of this incident being extremely embarrassing for the other co-passengers as well. Of course, exposing yourself in such a way and the level of alcohol that is being served served in these flights, and why such kind of instances are not being checked by the cabin crew in the flights that they are being reported. At the moment, what we know is that the Delhi police has registered a case, and they are on the lookout for this particular passenger who was let off initially because of a mutual compromise, and we are also being told that he had filed a written apology to the lady on whose blanket he had urinated. So of course such instances bringing shame to flyer conduct in international flights there.
We were referring to the incident that happened on both the Air India flight, the New York-Delhi flight, as something that was unheard of, rarest of rare. And here we are in a matter of 24 hours reporting now on 2 such cases being reported on board Air India flights. Thanks very much, Milind, for joining us with those details. Let's focus on the information that we have that's come to the fore in the first instance of a man urinating on his female co-passenger. This was a New York-Delhi flight. We've now accessed the complaint copy of the victim. The details of it are horrifying. The kind of trauma that she's had to undergo, not just at the hands of this male flyer who's been identified as a Mumbai-based businessman, Shekhar Mishra, but also the hands of a completely insensitive cabin crew. Now, we've also, in fact, gotten you details of how the male passenger who's been booked now could be arrested very, very soon. His name is Shekhar Mishra. He's based in Mumbai. A team of Delhi police is now on his trail. His arrest is imminent. Delhi police sources say Shekhar Mishra is currently out of Mumbai, is absconding, so they're trying to get in touch with him. And as far as the victim is concerned, we've accessed her complaint in which she recalled the experience she had. This happened on November 26th last year. And she mentions details of the horrific incident of how this man, completely out of his senses, completely drunk, walked to her seat. He was seated right in front of her. He got up, walked to her seat, unzipped his pants, proceeded to urinate on her. It was a passenger next to her who then tapped him and said, "Go back to your seat," and he staggered back. That's what she said in her complaint. She's also then elaborated of how the response was from the cabin crew. She says Air India made no attempt to ensure her safety or comfort during this incident, and that Shekhar Mishra was allowed to walk free after the flight landed. She also goes into details of how she tried to highlight repeatedly to the cabin crew only to get the most insensitive response possible. Poulami Saha is joining us with more details on this. Poulami, there will be a lot of questions asked of Air India and how they responded to this particular case. Of the cabin crew first, for how insensitive they were in dealing with her trauma, even asking the victim to go back and sit on the very seat that was soiled completely. And then also of Air India, because she says she filed a complaint the very next day and there was no response.
That's right. Many questions are being asked of Air India, Akshita, since this entire episode came to light. Obviously, it came to light because of the brouhaha which was created by this woman when she, of course, wrote to the chairman of Tata Group, N. Chandrasekharan. This has been very embarrassing for the company, for the group that, in fact, now owns the company as well. Air India has said that they have constituted an internal committee which will look into deficiencies and lapses concerning their crew's conduct on the flight, and also that they've banned this male passenger from flying with the airline for 30 days, which is the maximum that they can do in terms of taking a unilateral decision. Later, it is for the DGCA to step in, and they've reported the matter to the DGCA. We also know that a case has been filed by the Delhi police against this said individual, and they're on the lookout for him. He's said to be Mumbai-based, but currently he's not in Mumbai. He's said to be absconding. He's missing, and the Delhi police are on his trail. They're looking for him, and they are hopeful and confident that they will be able to arrest him very soon. But for the airline, this has been extremely damaging to their reputation, because the Tata Group, which took over the airline barely a year ago, is obviously trying to make a lot of changes in terms of the culture, in terms of the perception, and obviously give it a makeover, a rebrand, so to say, as well, turn this into a major big aviation company with a merger of its airlines as well. But clearly, this episode has put the airline on an absolute back foot because of the conduct of their crew. You cannot stop what a passenger does on the flight. You can take strict action immediately. You can report it to the authorities, and you can make sure that a strong message is sent out that no passenger can, in fact, behave in this manner on flights.
You know, in light of the victim's complaint now and the details that she's given, Air India's statement simply doesn't cut it. They cannot afford to pass the buck here saying the issue was sorted out when she was quite literally forced to sort it out, because she very clearly said she doesn't want to meet the offender and yet was made to meet the offender by the cabin crew. So the man who urinated on this female co-passenger, who was a senior citizen, by the way, on board that Air India flight from New York to Delhi, has been identified as Shekhar Mishra. He's a Mumbai-based businessman. The Delhi police are currently hunting for him. An FIR has been filed against him. He faces multiple charges, including outraging the modesty of a woman, as well as indulging in an obscene act. We round up all the latest updates on the story in our next report.
The man who urinated on a woman on an Air India flight has been identified. Shekhar Mishra, the offender, is a Mumbai-based businessman. The Delhi police has filed an FIR against him. Mishra has been booked under various sections of the Indian Penal Code and aircraft rules. He faces charges of indulging in an obscene act, outraging a woman's modesty, and misconduct in public by a drunk person. Air India on Wednesday confirmed reports about the incident that took place on a flight from New York to Delhi on November 26. The victim, a senior citizen who was travelling business class, had written to Tata Group chairperson N. Chandrasekharan. According to the letter, the inebriated man walked over to her seat just after lunch when the lights were turned off. He unzipped his pants and flashed his private parts to her and then went on to urinate on her. He reportedly stood there even after urinating until one of his co-passengers asked him to leave. The victim in her letter expressed her disappointment by stating that the cabin crew were highly insensitive during the situation. She claimed the crew simply gave her a pair of pajamas and slippers to change into and alleged that they took no action against the culprit and he was let off when the flight landed. The victim also stated she was then allegedly given a narrow crew seat where she sat for an hour before she was told to return to the soiled seat which she had to sit on for at least 2 more hours. The news has sparked outrage among citizens.
One must be careful about this. The fellow passenger who urinated on the woman is totally wrong.
We also have to check the male passenger while they are boarding. Either they are in a genuine position or they are carrying any liquor or having any liquor. We have testers now, so we have to check the fellow passengers too. Because airline should serve the liquor on the plane, but they are not allowing the passenger who are already having something now. So we have to check them.
While Air India has banned Shekhar Mishra for 30 days, the action comes more than a month late. The airline has a lot to answer for. It is silent so far on why no action was taken after the plane landed in Delhi. Bureau Report, India Today.
So the countdown to what is going to be the biggest election this year has clearly kicked off. The BJP and the Congress in the state of Karnataka are slated to enter into a heated battle. As both parties prepare for this war, polarizing incidents have begun peaking in this poll-bound state. Not something new to Karnataka, which has been witnessing it for the last 365 days now already. BJP MP Nalin Kumar Kateel recently stoked a big controversy by stating that the focus should be on Love Jihad and not on civic issues like roads and sewage. And at the same time, you have a Hindu group, a fringe group, Bajrang Dal, that's now set up a Love Jihad helpline to do what they say is to protect Hindu women. Not just that, the BJP is also in the meanwhile eyeing another Ram Mandir, this time in Karnataka, in Ramnagara, which is on the outskirts of Bengaluru. This begs the question if polarization is the tone for this year's election. Multiple incidents, not one that we're talking about here, to highlight how there is a lot of polarization, a lot of communalization that's happening in Karnataka with months to go for the elections. So let's detail out for you each of these incidents. Let's focus first on what Higher Education Minister of the state, C.N. Ashwath Narayan, said when he said that, we're considering constructing a Ram Mandir in Karnataka, similar to the one in Ayodhya. The government plans to table this plan in the next state budget. The opposition is not happy. They're going all out against the BJP, saying that all of this is an attempt to woo Hindu votes before the election.
Ahead of the 2023 Assembly elections, state of war Karnataka intensifies. Eyeing the Hindu vote bank, the BJP is planning to build a Ram Mandir in the state on the lines of Ayodhya temple in Ramnagara. The Basavaraj Bommai government will announce the temple construction on budget day. The state higher education minister, Ashwath Narayan, also claimed Uttar Pradesh chief minister will lay foundation stone for the temple.
ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮನಗರ ನಾಮಕರಣ ಆಗಿರೋದು ರಾಮನ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲೇ. ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂಥ ಕೆಂಗಲ್ ಹನುಮಂತಯ್ಯನವರು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಪೇಟೆ ಅಂತ ನಾಮಕರಣ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಹೆಸರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗೆ ರಾಮನಗರ ಅಂತ ನಾಮಕರಣವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಮನ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಣೆ, ರಾಮ ವನವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಥಳ ರಾಮದೇವರ ಬೆಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ರಾಮನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಶಿವನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಜೀರ್ಣೋದ್ಧಾರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಬದ್ಧರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
The government is planning to redevelop this temple in Ramnagara, about 45-minute drive from Mangaluru.
So we just climbed around 500 flights of stairs, and the view, I must tell you, was breathtaking. And this is what we came up to. As you can see, this is the temple here, the Ram Mandir. The officials here, they want to call this as the Dakshina Ayodhya. They want to replicate the model that we've seen in Ayodhya Ram Mandir there. They want to do the same thing here. So for people who can't really go up north, the South Indians here, they can come here and visit the Ram Mandir here in Ramnagar.
This is an old Ram temple. It is believed Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman stayed here during their exile. Devotees climbed 500 steps to get a glimpse of Lord Ram.
ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಜಾಗ ಬಂದು ರಾಮದೇವರು ವನವಾಸ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ. ಒಂದು 4 ರಿಂದ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಈ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವನವಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಐತಿಹ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ಮುಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಬಂದು ರಾಮತೀರ್ಥ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ವನವಾಸದಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೀತಾಮಾತೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ನೀರು ಸಿಗದೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ರಾಮದೇವರು ಬಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀರು ಬರ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಆಳ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬ ಆಳ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ವರ್ಷ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೂ ನೀರು ಬತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೀರಿದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
The master plan also entails special pathway for those with physical disability. Marble stairs and dome will also be constructed. Meanwhile, politics explode over the planned Ram temple. The opposition has hit out, accusing the state government of trying to divert focus from development issues.
ಅಯೋಧ್ಯ ಕರ್ಕೊಬಂದು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿ, ಸೀತಾ ಮಂದಿರನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿ, ಆಂಜನೇಯನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿ, ಅಶ್ವತ್ಥನಾರಾಯಣ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿ. ನಮ್ದೇನು ತಗರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಪಾಪ ಬಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಡೀ ರಾಮನಗರ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ. ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಟ್ಟಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಲಿ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
The JDS too has rejected the proposal for the temple. The constituency is represented by HD Kumaraswamy.
ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇ ನಿಂತು ಖುದ್ದು ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಯೋಗಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಹಾಕ್ಸೋದಲ್ಲ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿನ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಒಕ್ಕಲಿಗರ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕನಕಪೀಠದ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತೂರು ಮಠದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಕರೆಸಿ ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸವಾಲನ್ನ ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
As BJP once again raises Hindutva pitch in the state, it seems the party is literally fighting the elections Ram Bharose. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now you've got a statement that's coming from Home Minister Amit Shah. Big declaration where he said that the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya will be ready on January 1st, 2024. He's in fact also lashed out at the Congress, saying they dragged the issue in court, but after the Modi government came to power, they've immediately started work on the mandir after the Supreme Court verdict. So Amit Shah saying that the temple will be ready on January 1st, 2024. Listen into what the Home Minister said.
राहुल बाबा हर रोज पूछते थे मंदिर वही बनाएंगे, तिथि नहीं बताएंगे, और राहुल बाबा कान खोलकर सुन लो और सब रूम वालों आप भी टिकट करा लो। 1 जनवरी 2024 को अयोध्या में गगनचुंबी राम मंदिर वहां पर आपको तैयार मिलेगा।
So the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya will be ready before the 2024 general elections. There's a Ram Mandir that's coming up in Karnataka also in all likelihood. And in Karnataka, there's also a Love Jihad helpline that's been launched by Hindu fringe groups to protect women from forceful conversion. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal have launched this helpline in association with several other organizations. They're saying they'll provide legal, medical assistance to these girls and their family members.
A helpline to fight alleged love jihad in Karnataka. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Bajrang Dal have launched dedicated telephone lines and an email ID to assist women who are allegedly victims of forceful religious conversions or interfaith marriages. The VHP says at least 20 members of the organization will monitor the helpline.
पिछले कुछ दिन से मंगलुरु में लव जिहाद से बहुत लड़के लोग शिकार हो रहा है। हर दिन एक एक हमारा कंप्लेंट हमारा पास आ रहा है, इसलिए हमने सोचा है सभी को इधर मिलके हमने सोचा है हम एक लव जिहाद के लिए हेल्पलाइन स्टार्ट करेंगे। इसलिए हमने अभी हेल्पलाइन सिर्फ हमारा मंगलुरु दक्षिण कन्नड़ के लिए हमने हेल्पलाइन अभी प्रारंभ किया है।
Alleged love jihad is already an election issue in Karnataka. The Karnataka Home Minister has said that if the VHP helpline violates any law, the police will take action.
ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಕಾನೂನು ಮುರಿಯುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಟ್ಟು ಚರ್ಚೆಗಳಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ.
The Sangh Parivar's helpline comes just a few days after State BJP Chief Nalin Kumar Kateel instructed party cadres to focus on issues like love jihad instead of development as they campaign for elections.
ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಹೋದಾಗ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಳಿನ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ನಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನಳಿನ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ನಕ್ಕು ನಿಮಗೇನು ಬಂಗಾರ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬದುಕಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕು. ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ.
The Congress, which is trying to corner the BJP government in the state over issues like corruption, has accused the ruling party of divisive politics.
They have got nothing to say before going to the elections. They are bankrupt in terms of development in the country and the state, and to divert the attention of the people, instead of talking about the development what they have made, instead of talking about the development, they have gone back to their own agenda, old agenda as love jihad, Garovapsi, all these things, and it will not work out here.
From a promise to build an Ayodhya-style Ram Mandir in Karnataka to a pledge to end love jihad, the BJP is raising the Hindutva pitch ahead of the state elections.
Congress have criticized BJP for backing these kind of thugs to polarize the votes ahead of election. But the BJP government went on to say that these kind of issues or a helpline has not affected law and order in the state. With the journalist Shivmurthy Sagairaj reporting for India Today, Mangaluru.
And joining us this evening on 5 Live is BJP MLA Bharat Shetty as well as Congress spokesperson Rohan Gupta. Namaskara to both of you. Mr. Bharat Shetty, I'd like to begin with you. What is the BJP's priority here, sir? As Mr. Nalin Kumar Kateel says, is love jihad the priority over civic issues like roads and sewage? don't think Mr. Bharat Shetty is with us. Can you hear me? Mr. Bharat Shetty, can you hear me? All right, we'll go across to him in just a bit. Let me begin then with Mr. Rohan Gupta of the Congress. Rohan Gupta, what do you make of all of this? And what is the Congress's counter going to be when the BJP, comes out and says that we will launch, Love Jihad helplines? You've got Hindu groups doing that. You've got statements from Mr. Nalin Kumar Kateel saying that, we will ensure that Love Jihad is the top focus.
See, it is compulsion of BJP Karnataka to raise issues which are not related to governments. They have been in power in Karnataka. They had given promises. And if you go on ground, all the issues like 40% corruption or unemployment or price rise, these are the issues they know that if go to people and people will ask answer that, they don't have any answer. So it is their compulsion. And it is clear from the speech of this gentleman that for them development issues are minor issues. They are not major issues. Come on, you are in power. Whatever issues you want to speak to people, it is a time for you to show your report card to people so that they can vote you again. But obviously they are bankrupt as far as these issues are concerned. So I feel it is their compulsion to raise the issues which are, and for them, development is non-issue. So I think people of Karnataka will give befitting reply to this kind of people who know that who have completely failed in their power and there is no chance of them coming back into power.
No, but I'm curious to know, Rohan, what's your stand on this Love Jihad helpline?
See, any issue which is related to governance, anything which is illegal, anything which is against the law, it is the responsibility of the local government. Then what the government is doing, suppose assuming that something is illegal happening, if this government, what this government is doing, they should have taken action. So, but making it issue for politics to polarize the things, I think we are against that. And saying that developmental issues are minor issues, we are against that. For us, developmental issues are major issues. For us, issues concerning people are major issues, whether it is corruption or employment or poverty or price rise. These are the issues which are major issues concerning the people. So as the government, responsibility of the administration. Then why BHP is there? Why party is there? What the government will do then? So this is my point. I'm very clear that in Karnataka, BJP knows that they are losing badly. That's why they have started this speech. If you're, I'm sure people of Karnataka.
Yeah, Rohan, if you're saying that, the BJP is resorting to these kind of polarization tactics, how is the Congress going to counter this then?
To understand, and they will defeat BJP.
How does the Congress plan to really counter this?
Very clear roadmap as far as
Rohan, can you hear me? Apologies, we've lost that connection with Rohan. We're going to reconnect with him and get the BJP also on board on this broadcast to get their view on whether they back the statement that's been made by Nalin Kumar Kateel and also about all of the politics that we're seeing over the Love Jihad helpline. All right, Bharat Shetty, BJP MLA, is with us. Mr. Shetty, if you can hear me, tell us really what the BJP stand is. Do you endorse a comment that's been made by Mr. Nalin Kumar Kateel when he says Love Jihad is the only issue that matters, forget civic issues?
First of all, he was addressing the party workers. See, the civic issues, the developmental issues are the concern of elected representatives like me and panchayat members, MP and all. He told the workers that you have to concentrate on the social events also. That is what he said. He didn't say the workers are not required to go and do the road work or the gutter work or the development work. The elected representatives do those work. He was addressing the cadres.
Himself.
Yeah, he was addressing the cadres. He is the state president of BJP. He was addressing the cadres. He was telling them, you are required to look into the social events. That is what he said.
But are you telling me then that the BJP strategy for their workers, for their karyakartas, is not to focus on issues that matter to the people, but to focus on Love Jihad?
That is, I won't say that. See, first of all, that is not our strategy. Development is our main agenda. We are going to do that. That is, the development is always done by the government and the elected representatives. The party karyakartas are supposed to take our philosophy, supposed to take our mindset to the people. He told the karyakartas, he addressed the karyakartas and told them, the development should be handled by the elected representatives. You guys have to look into the social evil like Love Jihad, where a lot of girls are losing their life only. That is the point.
Okay, so you're saying that, Love Jihad is the focus because there are people who are losing their lives over this issue. But there will be questions right now, Mr. Bharat Shetty. You're saying development is still one of the top priorities. That's clearly not the message that's coming in from such a senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
No, if you're addressing the government officials, if you're addressing the MLAs or the elected representatives, then it's a different thing. Because it is our job to do the...
I'm asking you directly, for BJP Karyakartas, what is the priority?
See, for the BJP Karyakartas, the development is also priority, but they're not in a place to do development. Development is done by the government. The government is going to do the development. The Karyakartas have to look into the social events also. We are looking at social transformation, where people won't lose their life over some Love Jihad or something like that.
No. My only question to you, Bharat Shetty, is when you send across a message, and you're live with me now here on 5 Live. So my only question to you is, for BJP workers, what is the priority? Is it development? Is it Love Jihad?
See, it is both for us.
See, it is both for us.
No, how can you say it's both? Because when the direct statement comes from Nalin Kumar Kateel, he's not saying focus on this and that. He's saying focus only on Love Jihad.
They can't focus. You tell me, what is the role of a Karyakarta in development?
Sir, I'll tell you the role.
Elected representative has to do development.
It is to highlight the issues. It is to highlight issues, ensure people's voices are heard. How else will they focus on Love Jihad? By ensuring again voices are heard.
100% they're doing it. 100%. So you mean to say we don't focus on Love Jihad?
No, what I'm saying, Mr. Bharat Shetty, is that Nalin Kumar Kateel is telling them only focus on Love Jihad. And he said exactly that.
He's telling that, he has exactly told that you need to focus on Love Jihad more. The elected representatives will take care of the development. You please look into the Love Jihad and other connected social issues. That is what Nalin Kumar Kateel has told.
So then it comes down to what I've been saying, that development takes a backseat for BJP workers.
By the government.
That they have to prioritize issues like Love Jihad over development.
They don't have a role to do in a development. Let's be very clear that no Karyakarta can go and construct a road or get a road passed. It is the role of the elected representative. The elected representative should do his work of development.
But Mr. Bharat Shetty, I explained to you.
And he would do that.
I explained to you how a BJP Karyakarta can help, and you agreed with me. You agreed with me when I said that, a BJP worker can help in development issues by raising the issue.
See, I'll tell you, yes, I'll go ahead with that. See, for an elected representative, Karyakarta is not the only way to look at the problems. There are 100 other ways where you get complaint from people. There are complaint boxes. People approach the elected representative directly. Even Karyakartas come and tell that. But that is not the only issues. He said Karyakartas should also concentrate on other social evils also, which is also an important part. It is a two-pronged approach for us. Development is the main issue, and we are not going to neglect issues like Love Jihad. That's the message.
I want to get in Rohan Gupta, Congress spokesperson on this. Rohan, what do you make of what Mr. Bharat Shetty is saying? He's saying two issues. We are ensuring that development is prioritized, so is issues like Love Jihad.
See, I am going to read the statement of their leader. He says that I am asking you people, don't speak about minor issues like road and sewage. This is the clear cut. These are not my words. I am just categorically referring to the statement which has been spoken, where it is clearly written that for them, road and sewage are minor issues. For the party which is in government, and for them, if governance issues are minor issues, it clearly shows that they have accepted the defeat, and it clearly shows that it is compulsion for them to teach the Karyakartas these issues. That is what it says. If as a MLA he says that for Karyakarta development issues are not important, I think he speaks about the ideology of the party. And people of Karnataka...
Rohan, the contention from Mr. Bharat Shetty is, what can a Karyakarta do for development? That's the responsibility of the MLAs and the MPs.
He is Karyakarta of a ruling party. He's representing the ruling party. Any Karyakarta, he wants people in the issues of roads and development. Obviously, he can contribute.
Yes, let's give Mr. Bharat Shetty a chance to respond. Rohan, hold on. Yes, Mr. Bharat Shetty.
If they are feeding this kind of advice to the Karyakarta,
there are some places where Congress MLAs are there. There are some places where JDS MLAs are there. There are some places where BJP MLAs are there. Where BJP MLAs are there, the Karyakartas might come and talk about their can talk about the developmental issue. If a Congress MLA is there, the BJP Karyakarta can't do anything there. He is not going to listen to that. So development is the not main role of Karyakarta. Development is the main role of the elected representative. Be it Congress, be it BJP or JDS.
No, so you're saying that in case that the BJP MLA is in power in these kind of areas, the Karyakarta will focus on Love Jihad.
No, not at all. What I'm telling is, I am telling the Karyakarta cannot do all the development works. For example, there's a BJP, a Congress MLA there. What the Karyakarta can do, what the JDS Karyakarta can do, it is the responsibility of the Congress MLA of that place to look into the development. Likewise for BJP MLAs. So our state president, Nalin Kumar Kateel, addressed the gathering of the cadets. He told them, you need to concentrate on this. You need to give importance to this because people are losing life over this. You please do not undermine Love Jihad. That is the message.
People, sir, are also losing lives over potholes on roads. By the way, people are also losing their lives over that. And that's clearly not a focus for Mr. Kateel. He's saying, forget that. Those are small issues.
That is the job of the elected representatives.
But sir, he's calling them small issues.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And it is a job of the... I agree with you. And it is a job of the elected representative and the government, and they should do their work. You can't send the Karyakartas to fill the potholes. You have to send engineers to fill the potholes.
We'd love it if Karyakartas were out there filling potholes. Rohan Gupta, can Karyakartas not do anything about civic issues? Bharat Shetty is saying that they can't do anything.
They do that also, but it's not their job. Madam, it's not their job.
Let me complete. I think he's speaking over and over.
No, one second, Mr. Bharat Shetty. Let Mr. Rohan Gupta also make his point, please.
See, it is very clear that as far as BJP Karyakartas are concerned, when the state president says that, obviously he has accepted that their Karyakartas cannot do development work. That is what he is admitting. See, when you are feeding to your Karyakartas, they are representative of the people. Any Karyakarta who wants to help people around him, maybe around his society or chawl or whatever, don't speak in between, Mr.
One second, Mr. Bharat Shetty. I'll give you a chance to respond, sir. I'll give you a chance to respond. Let Rohan Gupta finish his point.
He's not allowing me to complete. I'm really sorry. One MLA speaking like this, that the workers, the Karyakartas cannot help in development. This is really shocking. This shows the mindset of BJP in Karnataka. And that is why they know that they will be badly defeated. They are surely going to be defeated.
Can and do is two different things.
With this
they
mindset,
can help, but they can't do the development. The
because
elected representatives should not shun from the duty. They should do their duty.
You know, the message essentially that Rohan Gupta is giving, Mr. Bharat Shetty, is either you're undermining what Mr. Kateel has said or you're undermining your Karyakartas. One of the two. Which is it?
Not at all. Not at all. Everybody is undermining the lives lost over Love Jihad. You don't undermine that also. Development is our main criteria. We are going ahead with that. But do not try to undermine Love Jihad. So many girls have lost their lives over it. Why are you not speaking about it? You speak about it if you can.
Why developmental issues are minor
issues?
I am referring to the statement very categorically.
Why don't you answer, Mr. Bharat Shetty? Mr. Bharat Shetty, why don't you answer what Rohan Gupta is saying here? Did Mr. Kateel refer to issues like roads and sewage issues as small problems? Does the BJP agree that these are small issues?
What is that?
That's it. Answer.
These are
Rohan
all
Gupta's
issues.
question.
These are all development issues, not to be handled by the Karyakartas alone. It should be the government's problem. Government is answerable to the people.
Fine. But why don't you answer the Congress's question here when Mr. Rohan Gupta is asking you a question, sir? He's saying that, you know, when Mr. Nalin Kumar Kateel says these are small issues, is that something you agree with?
See, he never said it's a small issue. For the Karyakartas, he said
no.
He said you have to concentrate on the lives that are being lost. You have to concentrate on that. See,
Don't
when it
lie.
comes to your life,
I am reading the
when it comes to your life,
I am asking you people, don't speak about minor issues like road and sewage. This is the statement I am referring. How can you deny the statement which is officially made? You can have your own
he has
opinion.
not given a statement. He has not given any kind of statement anywhere. He was addressing a gathering. He was giving a speech.
I am telling you what he has spoken.
He has not given a statement like that.
What he has spoken, I am telling you. Do you deny that? Do you deny that?
What is that?
Again, I am repeating. I am asking you people, don't speak about...
I have also heard what he has spoken. I have also heard what he has spoken. He has not given a statement. In a speech, he told the Karyakartas, you need to concentrate.
Okay, one at a time, please.
Love
One at a
Jihad.
time. Mr.
See,
Bharat
when he
Shetty,
said
tell me,
Love
what
Jihad,
exactly did Nalin Kumar Kateel say?
Because he's mentioned
Can you tell
Love
me the
Jihad.
exact words that he's used and then say that you're in agreement with it?
You're talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Mr. Bharat Shetty.
See, Nalin Kumar Kateel ji was addressing a Booth Karyakartas meeting. Okay? The Booth Karyakartas were there. He was telling how to work in the booth, how to strengthen the party. That time he told them that you need to concentrate on Love Jihad also. What he said was the development work is the concern of the MLA and the corporators of that area and the panchayat of that area. They need to do their work. You need to concentrate on Love Jihad. You need not concentrate on potholes on roads because they can't also, if they want also.
It's a very crucial point. Mr. Bharat Shetty, you missed a very crucial point in what Nalin Kumar Kateel has said, which is that he said that these are small issues.
Yeah.
Mr. Bharat Shetty, thank you for joining us. I'd like to also bring in Madhu and Rao, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, who's been waiting very patiently to join us here on India Today. Madhu and Rao, you've heard what Bharat Shetty has said. Are you in agreement? Is this the BJP stand essentially that what Nalin Kumar Kateel has said isn't wrong?
Well, thank you for inviting me. First of all, I'm really surprised the way in which the statements have been interpreted. The point is this: is there love jihad or not? Second point, whether it is an important issue. Yes, it is an important issue. Well, in comparison to the civic issues, this is also an important issue. Isn't it a law and order issue? Now, suppose, say, for example, I take up an issue of terrorism. You mean to say that terrorism is not an issue, therefore only civic issues should be addressed? Every issue must be addressed. The only point of difference is BJP addresses both the issues equally, whereas the Congress has failed to address these issues. Now, let me ask the Congress. Let me not be interrupted, please.
1 second, Rohan Gupta, let him finish his point. Let Madhu finish his point.
Let me finish my point, please. My point is simple. Let the Congress party say that there is no love jihad. Let the Congress party say there is no terrorism. Why? Aren't they ashamed of themselves not to say? I mean, you please look at the conduct of the Congress party. Whenever there is a terrorist issues which comes up, a cooker bomb comes up, they would say they're all brothers. But they
let's give the Congress a chance to respond. You've asked a question.
Are they not worried about the sisters who are dying?
Okay, Madhu, you've asked a question. Let's get Rohan Gupta to answer. Rohan, go ahead.
Don't do this, please. People understand what you are trying to do. Please let me complete. See, this is the compulsion, right? Now that spokesperson has come. You see that compulsion. They cannot talk about governance because they know that they have miserably failed. And it is a compulsion of that statement, president, to tell that the developmental issues are minor issues because they have
Mr. Whether there is love jihad or not, you please accept it or you deny it. That's it.
Don't speak in between. I was listening to you.
Please answer the issue. Whether there is love jihad or not, are you going to accept it or not? Let the people know.
No,
this is clearly going to keep going on. We're running out of time completely. But what's very, very clear is that the BJP is sticking by this, saying that love jihad is a very, very important issue. And we believe in giving it the importance it deserves. It's up to you, the viewer, to decide whether love jihad is an issue that is as important as civic issues that people currently face in Karnataka. Thanks, Madhu and Rao and Rohan Gupta, for joining us here on India Today. I'm slipping into a very short break. Coming up on the other side, the big breaking update that's come in. DGCA has issued a show cause notice to Air India on the urination horror.
Forget development. Focus on issues like Love Jihad. That is the message from Karnataka BJP President and Dakshina Kannada MP Nalin Kumar Kateel to party cadres ahead of the elections this year.
ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನೀವು ರಸ್ತೆ ಮೋರಿ ಚರಂಡಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಹೋದಾಗ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಳಿನ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ನಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನಳಿನ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ನಕ್ಕು ನಿಮಗೇನು ಬಂಗಾರ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬದುಕಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಎಂದು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಬೇಕು. ಲವ್ ಜಿಹಾದ್ ಎಂದು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ.
The Lok Sabha MP made the statement while addressing party workers as part of BJP's Booth Vijaya Abhiyana in Mangaluru on Monday. The Congress, which is trying to corner the BJP government in the state over issues like corruption, has accused the BJP of divisive politics.
They are not looking at development, they are looking at hatredness, they are looking at dividing the country. That is why we are only looking at development. We want what people get.
When they fail to do anything which people wanted, they divert towards the communal agenda. That is their normal practice, and they are at it.
Kateel's remarks come at a time when potholes have become death traps in Mangaluru, putting the Basavaraj Bommai government in the dock. Data from the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways show Mangaluru is among the top 3 cities for deaths due to road accidents.
The Congress has criticized the statement of BJP State President Nalin Kumar Kateel on Love Jihad. They allege that BJP in the state of Karnataka is concentrating on divide and rule rather than development. With video journalist Shivu Sagairaj reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
ಅವನು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವಿಶಾಲವಾದ ಭೂಮಿನ ತನ್ನ ಊರಿನವರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ನಂತೆ. ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದೈವ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ತಪ್ಪಿದಾಗ ಯಾವತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Rishabh Shetty's Kantara opened in theatres on September 30th, much to the delight of his die-hard fans. The film received rave reviews, which helped it emerge as a big hit in the Kannada box office, and has also become the highest-rated Indian movie on IMDb with a rating of 9.6. This means that it has a higher rating than biggies such as Yash's KGF 2, which has 8.4, and S.S. Rajamouli directed RRR, which has 8. Written and directed by Rishabh Shetty, Kantara is a period action thriller that explores the traditional culture of Kambala and Bhutakola. Rishabh plays 2 distinct characters in the flick. The cast includes Kishore, Achyut Kumar, Sampati Gowda and Pramod Shetty. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
In a big win for the Narendra Modi government, the Supreme Court on Monday affirmed the 2016 demonetization decision-making process was in accordance with law. The top court, in a 4:1 majority judgment, said the centre had the power to demonetize any series of banknotes.
The MP notification dated 8 November 2016 does not suffer from any flaws in the decision-making process. 4. The MP notification dated 8 November 2016 satisfies the test of proportionality and as such cannot be struck down on the said ground. 5. The period provided for exchange of notes while the MP notification dated 8 November 2016 cannot be said to be unreasonable.
The Supreme Court said it's not relevant whether the objective behind the decision was achieved or not. The court said adequate consultation took place between the centre and the Reserve Bank of India before the note ban decision. Justice B.V. Nagaratna differed from the majority view and gave a dissenting judgment. She argued that demonetization process was not in accordance with the legal process.
Therefore, in my considered view, the powers of the central government being vast, the same have to be exercised only through a plenary legislation or a legislative process rather than by an executive act by the issuance of a notification in the Gazette of India. It is necessary that the Parliament, which consists of the representatives of the people of this country, discusses the matter and thereafter approves and supports the implementation of the scheme of demonetization.
The Supreme Court verdict held that the 52-day window given by the government for the exchange of demonetized notes as reasonable. While the BJP hailed the Supreme Court decision, the Congress argued the SC verdict only discussed the validity of demonetization and not the merits of the decision. The Modi government in 2016 demonetized currency notes of 500 and 1,000 rupee denominations, which constituted around 86% of the cash in the banking system. While the decision led to long queues at ATMs and considerable hardship, the public at large backed the move, which was labelled as fight against black money by the BJP. The BJP had gone on to win elections in Uttar Pradesh, held a few months after note ban, with a landslide majority.
The Supreme Court has categorically held that it is not relevant as to whether or not the objective is achieved. But what is important is that there is a reasonable nexus between the objective and anything that is sought to be achieved. Even the dissenting judge, Justice B.V. Nagaratna, has said that there is no doubt about the fact that demonetization as an idea was well-intentioned. What remains to be seen, however, is whether this judgment will finally bring to an end the political squabble over the 2016 controversial decision. With Shrishti Oja in New Delhi, this is Nalini Sharma for India Today.
Big breaking news that's coming in. Civil aviation body DGCA has issued a show cause notice to Air India seeking details of the urination horror on the New York to Delhi flight that played out in November. The DGCA has clearly said that the conduct of the airline of Air India was unprofessional because they say that they weren't even informed about this incident. The DGCA has highlighted that this is total systematic failure and Air India has been given 2 weeks to respond. Paulami Saha is joining us with more details on this. Paulami, unbelievable. Air India didn't bother even informing the DGCA about this incident.
Absolutely. That is the shocking part of that statement to the press that the DGCA has just issued, where it has sent a show cause notice to the accountable manager of Air India, Director in-Flight Services, all the pilots and cabin crew members on that flight as to why enforcement action shouldn't be taken against them for dereliction of their regulatory obligations. They've been given 2 weeks' time to submit their reply, based on which the DGCA will take further action against them. But shockingly, what the DGCA has admitted in that statement is up until yesterday, the matter wasn't even reported to them, after which they did some digging. Prima facie, they in fact sought Air India's reply. Based on that reply, they found that the airline's conduct and its crew's conduct on board this flight was completely unprofessional. It led to a systemic failure and clearly showed that they did not appreciate their regulatory obligations. So a scathing indictment by the regulatory body of Air India.
All right, Paulami, thank you for joining us with all of those details. Serious questions that Air India will now have to answer. They've been issued a show cause notice also formally by the DGCA. On the other side of a short break, as I wrap up this edition of 5 Live, we'll be focusing on the latest updates in the Delhi hit and drag case. On 6 p.m. prime this evening, I'll be getting you all the latest on the CCTV footage, the fresh CCTV footage that's emerged.
This is a Pune landmark. India's first school for women, set up by Savitribai Phule, a feminist icon known as the mother of education. 175 years after she set up the school, the building is now in shambles.
Here you can see the condition of the place is in dilapidated state. Anywhere, anytime, this Wada, which is already in crumbling state, might collapse. Some part of the Wada has already collapsed. Now here you can see the remains of the Wada.
Despite being designed as a heritage place in Pune city, the school lies in an abandoned state.
किसी भी परियोजना के लिए जो जमीन लगती है या जो भी संसाधन लगता है उसकी कीमत तो सरकार को देनी ही पड़ेगी और हमारा ये कहना है कि यहाँ के जो लोग हैं जो यहाँ पे एस्टेब्लिश्ड है उनके कोई अधिकार हम छीनना नहीं चाहते ना सरकार छीने अगर छीनती है तो हम उनके साथ खड़े रहेंगे
For the last 22 years, several organizations have protested against builders eyeing the historical site.
30 जनवरी तक यहाँ पे ज्येष्ठ नेता हमारे जो नेता है बाबा अडाव जी ने कहा है कि अगर ये राष्ट्रीय स्मारक डिक्लेयर करके काम नहीं शुरू होता है तो महाराष्ट्र के पूरे जन चौलन में काम करने वाले आंदोलनकारी सब एक साथ आके बहुत बड़ा आंदोलन हम लोग खड़ा करेंगे.
But despite repeated protests and long-drawn court hearings, any action to restore the first school ever for women in India is still pending.
People who are agitating, they have given an ultimatum that if the state government has announced and shown a will that this historic place will be converted into a monument, national monument, then efforts should be made. Else, from 31st of January, another agitation will take place. With Cameron Gopal Harne, this is Pankaj Khelkar in Pune for India Today.
If there is one film everyone's waiting for with bated breath, it has to be Pushpa the Rule. The next in the Allu Arjun starrer franchise, which will be in continuation of its first part. It will witness the clash between his character Pushpa Raj and antagonist Bhavar Singh Shekhawat.
Pushpa Raj.
Fahad Fasil is already a part of Pushpa franchise, and reports also suggest that the makers have approached Vijay Sethupathi for a crucial role in the film.
Pushpa and the flower and fire.
So if at all he comes on board, it surely is going to be double trouble for Allu Arjun's character Pushpa Raj. The film went on floors in August, and building up further excitement among fans, the makers shared behind-the-scenes picture from the sets of the movie. Speculations are rife that the sequel of Pushpa the Rise is being made on a whopping budget of 350 crore rupees, and the film is expected to release in the second half of 2023.
Co-powered by only OLX Autos gives the best price for your car. In association with LIC, हर पल आपके साथ. Shop fashion brands at Ajio.
Twist after twist in Delhi hit and drag. Fresh CCTV footage nails accused. Did not know we dragged body claim busted. Two more accused identified by cops.
हमें ये पता लगा है कि इसमें 2 लोग और इन्वॉल्व थे और उनके लिए पुलिस अभी रेड कर रही है.
Anjali's family unhappy with investigation.
तो जांच चल रही है, संतुष्ट हैं आप उस जांच?
हम संतुष्ट नहीं हैं.
Want friend Nidhi to be named as accused.
अंजलि के हत्यारों को फांसी दो, फांसी दो. बेटी हमसे मिलना है.
We piece together the full sequence of crime. Delhi hit and drag. Top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.